this is a very difficult list to make. Food-related horror and cannibal horror is a very difficult.
There's a fine line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cannibal films. There's not a lot of films that's like just food-related and also horror. So I don't know. There weren't a lot of choices here, and I watched like 3 movies this week just to get some entries on this damn list. I haven't seen barely any of these. That said, I know my number 5 is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That's the first one I've seen in this entire list. My mom always talked about this movie. I don't know if she likes it per se, but she's very nostalgic for it, and she made me very nostalgic for it. I don't know. It's just a fun, goofball fucking movie.
It is fun.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen the sequel, Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
It doesn't, you know what I mean? It lacks the charm.
Sure.
This one holds just because it went first, pretty much.
Right.
The best thing about this fucking movie is the poster. Come on, I can't stand this shit. This is a terrible movie.
It's horrible, but I mean, come on, I love it. I love it just for what it is. I don't know.
Technically, it's a horrible movie, yes. But, dude, I either had never seen this before, or I had not seen it since I was like 6, 7. Now, I have a feeling I would have loved and watched this movie over and over if I had seen it when I was younger, which is why I think I had never seen this before. And I watched it the other day, and Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's hysterical, but, I mean, good God. The effects are amazing.
Dude, when
for the time, they're not bad.
The tomatoes are rolling through the garden and shit. They're just picking them off.
Well, I love when they're swimming through the water like Jaws. That was the best because they're just floating in the water and the girls are like, oh.
But it's just
it gives it that charm though because it's so bad.
It's so bad, but this is one of those so bad it's good.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right. Sorry,
before I move on, I'll just say these next ones. I woke up on Sunday, and these lists are due on Sunday, and I woke up and it was already late. So I'm like, "Fuck!" I get on my phone. I'm just scrambling to get this list done, and all of these next entries are pretty much out of order. What is my number 4? Just you're gonna have to give it to me here because I have no idea what I have for number 4. Oh, sweet Todd, yeah, of course. Yeah. I've only seen this once years ago. It's interesting. It's the one rated R Tim Burton film, I believe. I don't know. It's fun. I liked it. I wish I remembered it a little better. It's one I probably should have rewatched, but I had to watch so many movies. Most of them ended up in my honorable mentions anyway.
A lot of stuff going on with number 3.
Well, that doesn't help.
Really?
The stuff. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one that I
put the fucking title in the clue, and you're still like, that doesn't help,
man.
How high are you? How high are you right now?
I picked up some pretty good weed today, so actually pretty good. But I digress. So as much as I love the number 1 spot here, the stuff, I really love the stuff. This almost should have been my number 1. Fucking put it as my number 3. That almost hurts.
I was so disappointed with the rewatch of this.
Really?
Yes.
No kidding. It's bad on a rewatch?
It's harsh. It's hard.
I haven't seen it in...
Oh, that makes me sad to hear, man, because this is such a great fucking movie.
I mean, the effects are cool, but...
Yeah. Just, I don't know.
I'll explain myself when it's my turn.
Yes. I'm not going to steal too much thunder here. So the stuff is number 2. Then number 2 must be The Platform.
Boom.
Right?
All right.
Oh, yeah. This is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's fun. It's interesting. There were a lot of ads for it. I remember when it first came out. At least I was seeing on like Facebook and shit. Like I remember this having a lot of people were talking about it.
A lot of buzz.
Well,
a lot of buzz.
Came out during the pandemic too, so.
And that too. So yeah,
that probably helped.
That helped. No, it's a good one though.
Once people got finished with Tiger King, they flipped over to The Platform.
That's a good point. Yeah, it came out right after that. Good Lord. What a time that was. But yeah, no, this is a fun one. It's newer. but it's solid. It's a very solid Netflix film. It's kind of one of the last solid Netflix films, if I'm going to be honest here. Oh, Bitter Feast. Yeah, this is one that I watched over the weekend. It was pretty good. You know, I couldn't work it into the top 5 though. I mean, is it better than Killer Tomatoes? Sure, but I love Killer Tomatoes. I had to have it in my top 5. Broil, the other one I watched over this week. Again, didn't make the list, but it's just, you know, some of these newer films just a little, I don't know, it just didn't quite catch me, I guess. I ended up getting too distracted while watching this, I think. I didn't give it too much of a chance.
Really?
But I still stuck it in there. And then this third one, I already know, is Poultrygeist.
Boom.
Because I pretty much ran out of fucking food-related horror. I'm like, all right, just Poultrygeist, throw it in there. Like, it was okay.
Night
I don't know, man.
Dead.
It's pretty fucking dumb, honestly. I don't know. If I had watched more food-related horrors, that one would be gone so quick. But that said, number 1.
I think.
The
Hold
Menu.
on. I think I watched Poultrygeist a few years ago. Whenever either the Colonel or Ziggy recommended that I watch it
Colonel.
for Thanksgiving.
Not me.
Yeah, I would. I'm guessing it was the Colonel for sure. But that's definitely a movie right up his alley, and yeah, it's definitely a Colonel pick. That's for sure. All right,
Paula, thank
Spoiler
you.
alert.
And yes, The Menu, number 1. This one surprised me. Now, I was just at a friend's place a couple hours ago, and we were talking. They asked me, "What are you guys talking about tonight?" And I'm like, "Food-related horror films." And I mentioned, The Menu is going to be my number 1. And one of the people was like, "Man, that movie really fucked with my head. Like, holy shit, I couldn't believe the movie." It's a thinker, and I really like movies that make you, you know, that make you just wonder about it for a while. I like movies that make you think about it after you've seen it, that keep you awake. The Menu was one of those. Fucking, as much as I love the stuff and kind of wish I put it in my number 1, The Menu definitely deserves the number 1 spot. It's just such a good mindfuck food-related film. I really love it.
all right, yeah, and you guys have already kind of spoiled one of mine, but
Thunder, stealing pricks. All
well,
of them.
no, not necessarily Thunder stealing. Just you spoiled it because you already debated whether or not it should be on the list or not. So let's talk about it. Number 5, Hannibal. Dude, he talks about food all the time, and
That's true.
cooking the brain of Ray Liotta is a major scene in the movie. So that's why, and you know, regardless, I know this movie got a lot of hate, especially when it came out, because it was so far off from, you know, Silence of the Lambs. Didn't have Jodie Foster, you know, such a weird departure for Clarice to take in this movie, according to some. But I dug it. You know, I've always liked this movie. It's not. It's probably my second favorite, well, maybe third favorite Hannibal Lecter film. You know, so easy. But yeah, that's why I included it on the list. I love that scene. I think it's just a devious scene. Number 4, and the movie's good. I like the movie. Number 4 kind of made my list last minute. I forgot how much I liked this back in 2022 when it came out. Fresh. Man, what a scathing satire on the dating world that is online dating. And a pretty freaky horror film to boot. This one and the one you had on your list that I'm watching right now, Bitter Feast, Phase. Where do these guys get these basements like this? Like, I mean, do you buy a house and it has like a full, just huge ass basement that covers the entire land? Yeah, that makes me wonder, like, why aren't the police all over these houses that have these huge basements. Why do you have them in the first place? You know, they only are used for one thing. Number 3, yes, this is one I saw recently during the research, but dude, The Platform is probably one of the stronger Netflix movies I've seen in a while. I know it came out in 2020, but they did have a sequel that came out this year. Not as strong, but interesting story. If you don't know, it's people that are basically in kind of a prison setting, but they're
not everybody. It's like voluntary prison.
Some of them are volunteering to go in, and there are 2 people per level, and there are a number of levels. And wherever you wake up the first month you're in, you spend 30 days there, and you get shifted to another level. But the food comes down from the top, and on just one big platform, one big table. And as it goes down, you eat what you can. It goes to the next level. You know, so the people on level 1 get their choice of quality food, and then the people at level 100 or more get the scraps and leftovers and stepped on and spit out food and whatever. You know, there's a lot of social commentary that goes on with this one too, which I kind of dug, and it's another one of those thinkers. You know, a lot of people can take some different perspectives out of it. But dude, this one jumped into my list big time. Number 2, The Feast, I believe from 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I started watching this again earlier this week, and I was like, I've seen this. I know I've seen this movie. And like the first 45 minutes of it were very, very familiar. And then the rest of it was bonkers, off the wall. I must have started this a couple years ago and fallen asleep and just never put it on any list. But dude, this one is bizarre in, at least for me, all the right ways. If you want to say it, it's a crank as fuck movie for sure.
It looks like it just based on the cover.
You can say it.
But check it out if you're into some weird shit. That's all. All right, honorable mention number 1 for me. Faye has already mentioned it, but Broil. We were introduced to this movie when Jonathan Lipnicki of Jerry Maguire fame,
right,
was on the show. He's in this film, and I wasn't expecting much, and I wasn't necessarily blown away, but I was entertained by this flick. And he plays a chef who has other sets of skills, which comes in handy for the dinner he's hired to do. And it's a pretty fun flick, man. If you get a chance, check it out. I want to say it's on like Tubi or something, but it's out there.
He was amused that we knew about it too. He was like, "Oh."
I mean, yeah. I watched it because it was one of the few horror films that he had done. Yeah. In recent years before he came on the show. So, but yeah. And I'm not kidding. I wasn't kissing his ass when I said I really enjoyed it.
We didn't hit him with the Jerry Maguire bullshit. That's what he didn't want. So
yeah, we were kind of told not to do that.
Don't do that.
Second honorable mention for me, also already been mentioned, Sweeney Todd. I've seen this a couple of times at least in a play production, a musical production in a theater, and this movie is probably one of the better musical to film adaptations. I think, anyway. It's a good version of it. James, I know you mentioned it earlier. I do need to go back and watch that 82 version again at some point. But anyway, that's honorable mention 2. Honorable mention number 3 actually also snuck onto the list late. Ziggy and I were talking about a little bit of movies last night. I think I influenced his list a little bit, and he influenced my list a little bit. But Motel Hell, I had never seen this. I had always heard about it. I had always I remember seeing it in the video store. Never actually sat down and watched it. Knew the premise, knew the idea.
Fantastic.
Knew an old Western actor was the lead role in it. But had never sat down and watched it. I watched it last night, and for an 80s flick, it's pretty entertaining.
It's messed up, but it's cool. It has a little bit of everything. And
yeah. Nice little cameo of John Ratzenberger.
Yep.
Cliff from Cheers.
It's fantastic. It's just a good one.
Very, very interesting premise, though. If you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, go back and give this one a check out, because
Armour Vincent sausage. It's the best.
It's the best. And of course, number one for me. This is one of the few ranking of 10 movies that I've given The Menu. I absolutely love this movie. The acting in it is absolutely perfect. The writing is so solid, and I just love everything about this movie. It's one of those few perfect or very, very near perfect movies. And I'd probably have given more 10s out than all the rest of these guys put together. But when a movie is perfect for me, it gets a 10. So The Menu, number one for food-related horror on my list. All right. Well, let's move on to The Colonel.
The Colonel, too.
Goddamn right. I'll be honest with you guys. I painted myself in a corner here. So my list fucking sucks. I'm not even going to front about it. Like, there's so many good movies I left off this list.
All right.
Self-imposed fucking rules for whatever reason.
I don't want to necessarily agree with you, but I'll let it stand.
I didn't look at it yet. So
No. I literally try to stick with just about fucking food, not eating people, nothing, none of that.
Really?
Except for one. My number 5.
I was going to say, come on, man.
Well, my number 5, honestly, should probably have been an honorable mention, but god damn it, I'm a Charlton Heston fan. I ain't going to lie. Soylent Green.
Boom.
You can't have a list about food and not have Soylent Green on there. God damn it! Someone had to put it on there. That's literally the only reason why it's on here.
Now it's number 11 on my list.
See, number 11. When honestly, I should have, like I said, painted myself in this fucking corner. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Motel Hell, Ice Cream Man, all movies I wanted to put on my list, but I was like, I don't think they're going to fit. So fuck it, Soylent Green. It's been around forever. If you haven't seen it, go fucking see it. Coming in at number 4, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Dum, dum, dum.
Like I said, this movie's so fucking dumb, it's fun. You can't help but not laugh at how bad this movie is. Hell, I'll be honest, even as a kid, I really liked the cartoon.
Oh, wow.
If you guys even remember that.
No.
You don't remember the Killer Tomatoes cartoon?
I do.
I don't.
Dude,
it wasn't really horror. It wasn't really horror driven that I recall.
No, dude, it was a fucking kids cartoon, just like Tales of the Crypt cartoon, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, right. Beetlejuice.
Like the real Ghostbusters, like
Beetlejuice.
the Beetlejuice cartoon. Yes, taking me back to my childhood now. Yeah, we talked enough about how dumb and fun this movie is. We're going to move on. Coming in at number 3, a little film by Peter Jackson called Bad Taste.
Nope.
I'll even admit it. This is a bad movie, but it's another one of those where it's so bad it's fun, and I like the premise of it. Aliens come to Earth, collect humans for their fucking intergalactic fast food restaurants.
I looked for this one, but I couldn't find it streaming anywhere. Not free anyway.
Yeah, so. No, definitely not for free.
No, a license tie up with that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one that deserves to be on Tubi, but you're not going to find it on Tubi. Coming in at number 2, this is where I catch some hate.
Boo.
The Menu.
Boo.
Yes,
come on.
It's good. It's well acted. It's well written. Is it a 10? Not to me. Like I said, but it's a really good movie. This is probably the only movie on my list I would say is like a must watch. Well, 2 movies on my list are must watches. This being one of them. It was really good. I remember Crank and Zag fucking sloppy topping this movie when they first got done watching. Oh, this is the best movie I've seen all year.
It was.
Now I'm watching, I'm like, okay, it's pretty good. I don't know if I would go as far as saying best movie that year,
It was my number one.
but it had to be my number 2 or number 3. I had to go back and look. I know it wasn't my number 1, but it was pretty fucking good. It doesn't help that the General was really big into Gordon Ramsay for a while, so I would watch that shit with her all the time.
Yeah.
So I kind of dug that vibe to it. Like I said, it's really good. Honorable mention time. I got 2 that I would suggest watching if you haven't seen, and 1 to stay away from. 1 you should watch. It's Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Jesus Christ.
This is another movie that's just so fucking bad. I'm sorry, I like this cheesy shit. Will I own it? No. Will I watch it more than twice? Fuck no. It's awful. But you need to watch it once because it's about killer donuts, man. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Even the poster art looks fucking stupid, though.
The poster art looks like a Goosebumps book. That's what's kind of cool about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, but no, it's like it's shit. Watch it. My second honorable mention is shit, and you shouldn't watch it. Sweeney Todd. I hate this fucking movie so bad.
Why is it on your list?
Because I want to fucking shit on it. Because it's
Okay.
Damn, Colonel.
fucking awful. For one, I'll be straight up. If I go see a Broadway show, I know it's a musical. I'll sit back and enjoy it. As far as like film goes, fuck that. I don't like musicals. Here's all you need to know. My number 1 favorite musical of all time on film, South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Of course.
So, yeah, that tells you my taste in musicals.
That counts.
It does count. That movie is a fucking musical, and it's brilliant. This movie is a musical, and it's a fucking... it's enough to make me fucking gag. Just, I can't say it because of copyright reasons, but I just think of Johnny Depp sitting there. Fuck, man, I'd shit in his bed, too, after making that movie. And my
There's a clip.
I'm a Gary.
That was good.
And my last honorable mention, another shitty movie. It's so good. Like I fucking love Gary Busey's crazy ass. The Gingerbread Man.
Oh no.
The Ginger Dead Man.
Oh, the Ginger Dead Man. Sorry,
Yeah.
I typed Gingerbread. I haven't typed Ginger Dead Man on my list, but I read it Gingerbread Man.
No, you typed bread. I fixed it.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, Ginger
Still
Dead
can't read it. God damn it.
Dude, this movie's fucking lame. Come on, have you not seen Gary Busey?
I watched this.
Dude, oh my God, what'd you think?
Oh, God. 1.5 stars.
Yeah, it's awful.
So, like a 3
I mean,
out of 10.
This is one of those movies you want to sit down and drink a few beers and watch, man. And just fucking laugh at how awful it is.
Gee, I mean, even technically, it's not a good film.
No, I never said it was.
The writing is shit. The directing is shit. The cinematography is shit. The special effects are shit.
It sounds like a full moon movie to me.
It's full moon. Yeah.
listen,
Bottom tier full moon. Some of their stuff I don't mind, but that one, god damn.
it's because of movies like this that I stopped buying those subscription boxes, the horror subscription boxes, because they promise you a horror movie, a t-shirt and whatever, a bunch of stuff. It's always a movie like this. I have Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong, right? Is that
God.
That's awful.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I do want that replica of the Evil Bong though. We see at these cons. I'll be honest, the only reason I even watched the first Evil Bong was because of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And that's literally the only reason I watched it. I'm like, this
Because Sid was in it, right?
do what?
Because Sid was in it too, right? The first one?
God, dude, I haven't seen it since it came out. I'm not sure who was all in it.
Well, that was
really cool.
I know Tommy Chong was in it. I remember that.
But this movie made my ass hurt immediately, man. Just like, oh God, I was looking at my phone after like 4 minutes. Like, Jesus Christ, how long is this thing?
Dude,
I don't even that opening scene where Gary Busey is robbing the diner. I don't think that was shot with the actors in the same place.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Oh, man.
I mean,
they only afforded him probably like one day and filmed all of his scenes.
the only time you saw like him interacting in the diner was just him and then you saw another shot of the people cowering behind the booth, like never together. It was hysterically bad editing.
Yes.
Oh God. Fuck.
I'm telling you, this is that movie. Again, remember when Zag finally showed me fucking Hard Rock Zombies?
Jesus Christ. Yes.
I was like,
because I was there too.
yeah, I know you were there. And I was laughing my ass off at how bad that fucking movie is. I was like, that's the best bad movie I've ever seen.
Thank God that drop isn't here anymore.
Wait a minute. I'm going to
No.
Bring it back. I can stall Ziggy, whatever your name is.
Zaggy.
Keep looking.
All right.
So not coming at number 1, I'll admit, it's not like our best fucking movie, but I just really enjoy it. The stuff. Yeah, like the best thing it has going for it are the special effects. It's a pretty bad movie. Again, look at my list. They're all fucking bad. Because I painted myself in a fucking corner and I was stuck in it. And I didn't have the luxury of talking at 11 o'clock, 11:30 last night, changing my list last minute. I submitted my shit and I'm like, well, I'm fucked.
Let's get the Ziggy.
All right. So, yeah, let's just get on with it. Number 5, Soylent Green. The ending, man, that is epic. Got some skin crawling shit, and and nobody gives a fuck. Another really cool society look, pretty key. Not a great movie, it's not, but the message is cool, and I like that, and it fits this list, so that's why I went there.
And it has Charlton Heston in it.
Charlton fucking Heston, man, get your damn hands off me, you dirty damn egg. Yeah. Okay, number 4. Fell down a little bit after watching a film last night, but The Stuff. I had to do it. It's got a lot of fun. It's not a great movie, really. I mean, but the premise is cool. We got a fucking yogurt that bubbles out of the ground, and it's natural. And it's like, hey, they got the jingle. Can't get enough of the stuff.
I love how the guy just walks up to the bubbling shit out of the ground and just starts eating it.
It's creamy.
This is good.
Have you not seen the Futurama episode about the nibbler?
No, never seen an episode of Futurama.
And just start eating shit. That's all.
You're uncultured, Crank.
I've never seen an episode of Futurama, so there you go.
Bastard.
All right, yeah, but the stuff's fun. I mean, it has a couple of good effects moments, I think. Some of it looks kind of cheesy, and it doesn't hold up. I mean, very rubbery, latexy now. And it I don't know, like the stuff becomes kind of starts reaching out at people and shit. So who knows? I
will say seeing Michael Moriarty as the lead in that was somewhat entertaining, because the only other thing I'd really seen him that I liked him in was like early episodes of Law and Order, like back in the early 90s. He was like the first DA, I think. And,
I love it too. He's all like, I just threw up in your car. He's like, I know.
But yeah, he's so serious on Law and Order, and then to see him do this, where he's just kind of like a smarmy, smart ass kind of guy. It was a fun twist.
I think that's why it's, it doesn't really hold up, but it's still kind of tongue in cheek fun, because nobody takes it seriously in the whole fucking thing. That's what makes it kind of work. Yeah. And so thank goodness for the stuff. Number 3. Never heard of this. I mean, I'd heard of it. I'd seen the stuff about it, but I didn't have a chance to watch it. I wasn't going out of my way to see it, but they said, hey, this definitely fits our list. Let's check it out. The Platform. And holy shit, man. What just a cool, innocent premise. And the satire, this look at society is on Romero-esque level, man. This is some good stuff. Just the way they point out how it would be, and it would be just like this. I think it would be exactly like this if we were stuck in this situation. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch it, because it won't be shocking if we tell you everything that's going down.
Oh no, I'm not talking about it like that.
Yeah, but it's fucking been out, since 2019. But go check it out. It's worth it. Take it from Zag, who likes the gore and the stuff like that. But this is a nice crank as fuck movie that will keep you interested from the word go. It's that good. Number 2, these guys did some pre-Thunder stealing and took Motel Hell from me. There it is. Yes. This is a movie I've adored. This is one of the ones that would run with the Warriors and Escape from New York on IT Television, our early cable. It only came on at 8:00 at night on the UHF channel. And this was in there, man. Motel Hell. They definitely would run this a lot. And I'd watch it every time. It's one of those ones I would never miss as a kid. Yeah, it's a little silly now, but another one that's so tongue-in-cheek, and the way they played. I love Farmer Vincent and his sister. They're so good in this. And just, if you haven't seen it, I don't know. It's been out for 45 fucking years. So what do you do? Yeah, you know, they make sausage out of people. Okay, that's why it's food related, but it's fantastic. Just go see it if you haven't. My honorable mentions. Kind of shocked nobody got to these. You know, first one, Street Trash. Viper,
which the spiritual sequel remake came out this past week. I was trying to watch it, and I just didn't get around to it. I've heard great things about it though.
Yeah, I heard the effects are pretty good. Like they went a little bit more down the gory or like actual gore blood side, because that's something that this movie came out right at that forefront of. We got to knock it off with all this blood and all these guts and this hacking up all these guys in hockey masks, hacking up virgins. No more. So Street Trash comes out, and when the people drink the shit, they kind of melt into a, you know, neon blue, neon pink, and green paint colored shit running out of them. And it's like that. A little bit of blood on top of it, but nothing like. They tried to, you know, they made it gory without using blood. You know what I mean? Think Evil Dead 2 when he's getting blasted with every color blood but fucking red. You know what I mean? But it's good.
Hold on, before you move on though, the spiritual sequel also was directed by Ryan Kruger, who, if you don't remember, did Fried Barry a couple of years ago. You remember that movie?
How about a fucked movie?
How fucked up that movie was? Yeah. So I am actually curious to see this one, the new one.
Fucking stealing. It makes sense that he went and remade this. Sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. But again, it's about the homeless community and this whole thing. So the acting is atrocious in Street Trash. But if you want to see something different, yeah, give it a check. You take one shot of this fucking whiskey and it's curtains. The next one, Crank kind of did the best he could with it already. Hannibal. It's because Hannibal Lecter talks about food all the time. He's very, very much into being a chef. Obviously, everything he's in, he's done this. That's why I kind of leaned that this was okay. And that epic scene, obviously, where he cooks the dude's fucking brain right in front of him, and he's just all, smells delicious. I mean, it's just so fucking morbid, man. You can't, it cracks your brain when you try to think about the situation. But I like it. It's probably the best thing about that whole movie. It's no Silence of the Lambs. It never will be. But yeah, there you go. Great scene and a great character.
Corn pone pussy.
Hey, be nice.
That's Ray Liotta. I love it.
My third honorable mention is an oldie but a goodie called Food of the Gods. And if you haven't seen this, it's about food additives and how they kind of try to push shit through without it being tested. It's crazy how shit is now, because this is like exactly the kind of thing that, aside from growing giant rats that were attacking everybody. And then at the end, everybody gets fucking wrapped up, and they do it anyway. They release it anyway. The last scene are the kids drinking the fucking milk with the fucking chemical in it. So, I mean, it's a great twisted premise at the end. And, not a great movie. No, but it's 1971. What are you going to fucking do? Early 70s. I don't know if it's 71, maybe 74 or something like that. And, of course, the number one movie on Zigzag's list. Just kidding. I had to do it once. I'm in simpatico with most of these guys. The Menu is number one. What a cool fucking movie. I love Chef Ramsay. I love Hell's Kitchen. Seeing him do this character like this, I loved it. Colonel is wrong here. Crank is right. This is a great fucking movie. I don't think I even gave it a 10. I think I gave it like an 8.5. But I mean, I still enjoyed the fuck out of it, and it's well worthy to sit atop this list.
Let me ask you something. Do you and Crank make eye contact and we jerk each other off?
Oh, come on.
Nope. We just finish up and let you eat the cookie, buddy.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not the one on the road all the fucking time. I don't know what the fuck you guys do when you're
Boom.
everybody. So.
Yeah.
Poor
All
phase,
right.
man. We're getting hypnotized and shit. All kinds of shit be coming out.
Oh, God.
Nice list, Ziggy. All right, so the menu is on everyone's list. I think that, and 3 1s and a 2. So that, I think, easily wins number 1.
Yeah.
That was good.
The stuff is on
It's not on
3
crack.
list. It was close. It was probably 10 now. So
Platforms on 3.
Yeah.
platforms on 3, fairly high on 3 too. So that might fall to 2
Yeah.
on the bulk list. I don't know on the rest.
It's up for debate on the rest. Yeah.
Maybe Motel
Stop
Hell.
for 3.
I
Or
would
the
take
stuff,
the menu and the platform and probably Motel Hell as 1, 2, and 3 for me.
Yeah, that sounds pretty close. Maybe the stuff right after.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe 3. Maybe stuff for 3 because Colonel gave it 1.
Okay. I'm not going to
Yeah.
argue
And
that. It's about the same quality movie, really. I mean,
yeah, interesting. Not a bad little comparison there.